Hey, it's Josh. And if you feel like quitting, then I want you to watch this video because what you need to understand is that there are two voices in your head, right? One of them is always thinking about the worst case. One of them is constantly doubting and worrying and asking, what if, right? It's constantly anxious. And the other one wants you to be empowered, you to be inspired, right? It's thinking about possibilities and potentials, right? Now, if you are feeling like quitting, it's probably because the first voice, that anxious, worried, doubtful voice, has gotten too loud, right? And it's really running the show. When what you want to happen is you want the other voice to be able to run the show. You want to actually be able to believe, that you can live an empowered life, an inspired life, that there are possibilities and potentials available to you. But if you're feeling like quitting, then you've really got to just pause and just take into consideration that you do have these two voices, because I can guarantee you, the what if, anxious, worried, scared, doubtful voice is not always there, right? It might creep in. And it's that voice that kind of makes you want to quit. And I get it as well. Don't get me wrong, right? I run a business. I have a family. I have a wife. I have kids. These things create stress. They create pressure. Sometimes it creates fear because I'm providing, and what if things don't work out? What if the business doesn't work? How am I going to provide for my family? Like all these kinds of stuff. Like I get it. I have these thoughts too, and it's hard. But I also have another part of my mind, which is really knowing that there is possibilities and there is potential, and I can live an inspired life, and I can live an empowered life, and I can provide, and I can make it work, and I can do it. There's one voice that says I can do it, and there's one voice that says I can't do it. And I'm making this video for you if that voice that is saying that I can't do it is becoming too loud. If it's becoming too loud, I just want you to know that you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to listen to it, right? You can actually rewire your brain, reprogram your mind so that the more empowered, positive, inspired voice is louder. And, a big part of it is just simply understanding that you don't need to listen to that negative voice in your head. And it will come up, right? It's normal for it to come up. Actually, in some ways, you actually need it. It's kind of trying to keep you safe. It's trying to keep you in a comfortable, safe, familiar version of yourself. Whereas the other voice wants you to evolve, wants you to change, wants you to become the best version of yourself. But that can be scary because it's probably different to what you're experiencing now, right? But I urge you, if you feel like quitting, don't quit, because if you quit, you will never be able to realize that potential and that possibility that you have in your mind. If you quit, you're just going to go back to where you were before. And if you're someone who has been putting in place changes, you've been making decisions, doing things differently, taking new actions, implementing new behaviors, because at some point recently you wanted to change, right? You made a decision that you wanted to change, and now you've started on that journey of change, right? You did that for a reason. And so what happens is, if you did that, it's because you weren't happy with what you were experiencing before. And I'm telling you now, if you quit, you're just going to go back to what you were experiencing before. And it may even be worse because you're going to then have eroded your self belief because you went to do something and then you didn't complete it, you didn't follow through. And you're going to just tell yourself after that that you're a failure, right? And that, you're just not cut out for it and it's never going to work. And that's going to make you feel worse than you even felt in the beginning. So I urge you, if you feel like quitting, don't quit. Just keep going. Maybe you need to take a day off. Maybe you need a good night's sleep, right? Maybe you need to just release the pressure valve and stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Whatever you do, don't quit. Have the patience, to see it through. Trust that you made the right decision in the first place to make these changes, because the challenges are normal. If it doesn't challenge you, it's not changing you. Right? If it doesn't challenge you, it's not changing you. So the challenges that you're experiencing are actually normal, and it's okay to feel challenged. And this is the exact thing that you need to overcome to get to that next level, right? To actually make that evolution, to realize the possibility, to actually become your best self. You need to learn how to overcome these challenges because that's what's going to create the change. So I just wanted to make this video for you. If you have been feeling like quitting, I just want to tell you, don't quit. Hang in there. Be patient. Trust. Take a day off if you need. Do some journaling or some meditation if you need. Release the pressure on yourself. Maybe just do nothing. Maybe just switch off for a day, right? Go for a walk in the park, right? Go to the beach. Do something that you love, right? Just shift it up a little bit just for a day. See that challenge through and then keep going. Whatever you do, just don't quit. So I hope you find this video helpful. I hope it's reaching you at the exact right time that you need to see it. And I'll see you soon. Thanks.